You've seen uDoIt Coatings video about staining and possibly the clear acrylic sealer video. In this video, we cover sealing with clear poly glaze. If you chose the polyurethane sealer, the clear poly glaze is packaged in a two-part, 1.5 gallon kit that will cover approximately 250 square feet for 2 coats. However, coverage rates do vary. This polyurethane will produce a high gloss and high durability. Extra care is needed when storing and applying the clear poly glaze because it is flammable. Extinguish all flames, pilot lights, and electric motors until all vapors are gone and the coating is hard. We cannot stress this enough. Do not smoke around the job site. Make sure no spark can be emitted from equipment, and turn off the hot water heater if it is near the mixing or application area. Also, realize that even though this is a low VOC product, the fumes are strong and can be harmful if there is not adequate ventilation. Always wear an appropriate cartridge-type respirator, which is available at uDoItCoatings.com under the Products tab and Extras submenu. Luckily, the fumes usually dissipate and are almost completely gone by the next day. Also, when working with polyurethanes, avoid contact with skin by wearing disposable gloves throughout the entire mixing and application process. Read the written instructions and the safety data sheet called the SDS on uDoItCoatings.com before using. If these warnings are a concern to you, then the clear acrylic sealer may be a better choice. Before applying the clear poly glaze, make sure that the stain is exactly the way you like because color adjustments cannot be made later. Also, do not use this polyurethane the same day that the decorative concrete stain is applied. Wait until the next day. However, the clear poly glaze must be applied within 48 hours of the last coat of stain, or there may be adhesion problems. So, after the concrete is stained exactly the way you want, come back the next day and carefully remove all dust and debris from the surface. Gentle vacuuming works best on interiors. Leaf blowers are easiest for exteriors and garages. Do not use water to clean the surface. This quick step is extremely important. Any contaminants that are trapped underneath the stain and/or the sealers may cause it to lift over time. Once you are ready to begin, create a mixing station by protecting an area off-site with plastic. If your project is small, don't mix this material all at once because one kit covers approximately 500 square feet for one coat, and you need to let this first coat dry for at least 12 hours before applying the second. So for projects that are approximately 500 square feet, you will use one kit for each coat. For all other project sizes, you'll measure out partial kits. Once the two parts of this sealer are mixed together, it needs to be applied within 3 hours at 77 degrees Fahrenheit or within 50 minutes at 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So, mix up any portion of a kit, keeping in mind that the ratio is 2 parts of part A to 1 part of part B. To do this, use measuring buckets and figure out how much product you need to use. For instance, if your job is only 250 square feet, use half of the kit. So measure out a half gallon, or 64 ounces, of part A, and a quart, or 32 ounces, of part B. Make sure to completely seal partially used cans. Later, you will mix up the rest of the kit for the second coat. Put on safety goggles, disposable gloves, and a cartridge-type respirator. Be advised that a respirator is still necessary for exterior and garage project areas. Using a utility knife, carefully open part A by cutting the notches on the sides of the bucket and slowly lifting the tabs. Be careful not to spill this product while opening. Very slowly pre-mix part A by using a low-speed mixing drill with a small paddle attachment, which is available at uDoItCoatings.com under the Products tab and Extra submenu. Pour the correct amount of part A into a clean, dry 3 or 5 gallon bucket. Next, open part B and measure out a portion of the kit if needed. Dump part B slowly into the part A while mixing on low speed. For garage and exterior projects, you will need to purchase and add a UV protector packet into every 2-part kit of the clear poly glaze. This additional additive will keep the sealer from yellowing and chalking. If mixing up a partial kit, portion the UV protector out accordingly. Do not expose this product to moisture while mixing or during application. Mix the two parts together with UV protector if needed for exactly 2 minutes, scraping the sides and bottom of the bucket. Keep track of time. If the product is not mixed for the correct amount of time, problems can occur. Use a 1/2 inch, high-quality, low-shed roller cover with a plastic core, which is available at uDoItCoatings.com. Lesser quality roller covers shed fuzz into the coating and the paper core disintegrates. De-shed the roller cover first by rolling blue painter's tape, duct tape, or masking tape around the roller cover and remove it. Repeat this process several times. Then, dip the roller cover into the bucket and roll the clear poly glaze out onto the stained concrete. Do not pour this polyurethane out directly on the concrete and do not allow it to puddle. Don't worry about the white, streaky appearance of the sealer because it does dry clear. Just carefully work your way out of the job and keep a wet edge. This means that as you go, use a 2-inch brush to apply the clear poly glaze to edges and into joints. Do not brush in edges separately from the rolling process. For this reason, some homeowners like to have one person roll while another person brushes in the edges. On larger jobs, use joints in the concrete as a guide and apply sealer to only one section at a time. If there is any mixed material left over after completing the first coat, it must be dumped out onto plastic where it is safe from children and pets. It will dry hard and then you can throw it away. Do not leave it in the bucket or cover it. When applying the second coat of polyurethane, the recoat window is very small. Wait at least 12 hours after applying the first coat and no more than 24 hours. If you wait longer than 24 hours, extra measures need to be taken to ensure a proper bond. Contact us if you miss this recoat window before proceeding. For this second coat, follow the same mixing instructions as previously described. Again, add a UV protector packet or a portion of one if needed for exteriors and garages. The only difference in mixing up the second coat is that we always suggest stirring grip for polyurethanes into the sealer so that the concrete is less slippery, but the choice is yours. A lot of people like the grip. Others say it makes interior floors harder to mop. Some think it is slightly visible. We suggest buying the grip and doing a test off-site or in a less conspicuous area of the project with a very small amount of grip and sealer. Just remember to use 2 parts A to 1 part B. uDoIt Coatings will gladly refund you for returned grip. Purchase 1 container of grip for each 2-part kit. After you approve of the test area, measure out the right amount of polyurethane if needed for this second coat and portion out the grip accordingly. Using a timer, mix the 2 parts together for exactly 1 minute. Then slowly pour in grip while continuing to mix. Now stir exactly 1 additional minute. Apply the sealer as previously described. This time, churn the roller cover in the bucket every time throughout application to ensure an even application of grip. Dump out and discard any mixed material as previously described. Do not cover or leave material in the bucket. After applying the second coat of clear poly glaze, wait an additional 18 hours before walking on the concrete. Cold, humid conditions can extend this time. Set up a barricade if necessary. Next, remove all masking and gently clean up the project area. Do not use water or cleansers. Realize that the sealer will be tender and easily damaged until it is fully cured, which takes an average of 72 hours. For interiors, if installing new baseboards, wait until this cure time is complete. If desired, fill joints in the concrete with specialty caulk using a caulking gun, which are available at uDoItCoatings.com. However, many people choose to leave joints exposed and do not fill them. For product and application details about filling joints, use the Library tab on uDoItCoatings.com. For interior projects only, proceed to step number 5, applying protective wax. For exteriors and garages, you're finished. Wait at least 4 days before placing heavy items such as furniture on the project area. Wait at least 7 days before driving on it. Cold, damp conditions can extend this time. For exteriors and garages, Skip the next video and proceed to the following video, Maintaining Stained Concrete. Next up, uDoIt Coatings video on step number 5, Applying Protective Wax.